Welcome back into Good Day, Alabama. We are live from Cahaba Fitness in Cahaba High here with owner Brian Burns. And Brian, oh my goodness, man, we are doing some stretching today. Those people who started the resolutions off by saying, man, I'm gonna get back into it, they're all sore right now, so we got some good stretches for them, right?
We were just talking about it, yeah, and we've got some fun things to talk about. To your point,
yes,
a lot of people start in January getting back on the wagon, start exercising, and a lot of times by this point, yeah, this is after the fact, but the first week, the first month, your body really starts feeling tight and older than you actually are.
Yeah.
So we've got a good fix today for that.
Okay.
So
I love it.
A lot of people say you wake up in the morning, your hamstrings are really tight. The normal stretch and exercise would be to just go all the way down, reach down to your toes.
Yeah, like
we're going to show you. Yeah, we're going to. And here's the thing: that can be well and good to get your lower back, but if your hamstrings are really tight when you wake up, which can be from just the way you sleep too,
right?
Not just the exercise.
Yeah.
But one way to do it is to get in position where your knees are slightly bent, and you're going to tilt your pelvis anteriorly.
Yeah.
So basically, you're going to stick your hips out. This is what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Hands on your legs here, and I'm looking up so I can arch my back. And you're going to go here to about the knees, and then come right back up.
I know you said this looks weird.
It does look weird, and it's strange, and I was trying to laugh showing you. But in making sure, basically what we're doing is we're taking the slack out of the hamstrings by tilting my pelvis forward like this, sticking my hips back, keeping my knees bent. Now I don't have any slack here, and I'm really just getting the hamstrings as opposed to, if I were just to reach down, of course I can go all the way to the ground. But if I have my hips tilted forward like this, my knees bent, I can't go all the way down to the ground because now all the slack again is out of my hamstrings. That's the point of that, is to really get the hamstrings unlocked first thing in the morning whenever they feel tight. But
so you should only be feeling it in the hamstrings? Should you be feeling it in your back also?
So you're going to feel it in your back because your body is holding yourself up in a good position.
Yeah.
But your hamstrings, that's really going to help stretch those out in just the hamstrings alone. And again, that's the difference, is just the hamstrings versus if I just let my back round and I reach down, then my lower back's getting involved as well. But we're just talking about unlocking the hamstrings.
Right.
So that's one. Another way to do it is the scoop that you see with one leg at a time. I'm doing that same thing with this leg. I'm bending it, keeping this one straight, and I can't go down as far because I've got my hips back and the hamstrings, the tension's taken out.
I love that. All right, guys, try these right here. We got more stretches for you. For more information, call 968-5100, CahabaFitness.com. It's on the screen. Go ahead and give those guys a call and stick around for more stretching today when Good Day continues after the break. That's a good job. Good stuff. Good Day, Alabama. We're back here at Cahaba Fitness once again for Exercise Monday. Owner Brian Burns joins us. And Brian, we showed him a really nice stretch earlier where basically it just kind of looked like we were in this little crazy position, but it worked.
Correct.
So we've got some other stretches that may look crazy, but they work.
They work. And again, going back to January, a lot of people jumped in, or if you just wake up feeling tight and older than you should be, older than your chronological age. You don't want to feel old.
If you're over 35, then that happens.
And here's the thing, again, you can be very young and your body feel old because of tightness.
Yeah, okay.
Sleeping in a bad position can cause you to be tight. So we're going to work on, again, some areas that we see as problems a lot.
Okay. All right, so this first one.
A groin stretch. Again, a lot of people cringe just when I say that, but going really, really wide with your feet, just like this. And again, and then reaching down with your hands to touch the ground.
Okay.
So one way to do that.
So your feet be pointing straight?
So you can be pointing straight here. Reaching down and then basically bending one knee. So I'm going to bend one knee and keep the other leg straight, just like that.
Okay.
And you're going to feel that on the inside leg, the one that's locked. And that's the key too, pushing the hips back, trying to look up out in front. I'm bending one leg, my other leg straight, really pushing the hips back, and then I'll switch it. Locking the leg out, pushing the hips back. Again, the leg that's locked, you're going to feel that stretch on the inside there a lot.
Great groin stretch. All football players, all athletes do that stretch right there.
Yes, if something's going to go, one area that's commonly pulled or where you have an injury, if your groin gets pulled or tweaked or tight, you have a knot in it,
You're
it's
in trouble.
really, really difficult to do squats, lunges,
Yeah.
anything else without an incredible amount of pain.
Yeah.
So another one
Yeah.
we showed. Feet just outside shoulder width, just like
Okay.
this. And then just reaching, squatting down with your hips as low as you can, your head's up just like that, elbows in between the knees, just
Yeah.
like that.
All right, while we're doing this, guys, 968-5100, 968-5100, CahabaFitness.com. Yes, we're not meditating, we're actually working out.
Yeah, just like that. And just come back up slow. And again, you want to be warmed up before you do that one.
Yeah.
Have a sweat going first. You don't want to just cold. First thing in the morning, hop down and get into that one. That one can be dangerous.
Do these too. I'm telling you, we got more coming up as Good Day continues. Those are good ones. We'll be back. Welcome back into Good Day, Alabama. We are live from Cahaba Fitness for Exercise Monday. Owner Brian Burns joins us, and man, we are just going through the gamut, just giving you some stretches throughout the body, and we got hip flexor this time, right, Brian?
Hip flexors, something that gets really, really tight. If you have to sit down at a desk for an extended period of time or sit down driving, anything like that, this can be an area that really gets tight and can really throw your back into a problem, your hips into a problem. It can create all sorts of problems.
I had guys on my football team who literally could not stretch past here.
And not surprising.
Yeah.
And again, you get so tight, and we talk about the working out part, the exercise part all the time. Something else, we have some clients that come in that really just do stretching because that's what they need.
Yeah.
So some people are so tight, they don't need to do a lot of resistance moves. They can't move because they're so tight.
Yeah.
So working out's great, but sometimes it can tighten you up so much that it causes pain. Then it's a problem.
So this one right here, this is a good stretch right here because it will definitely loosen up that area right here.
Yeah, a lot of people, there's a lot of confusion on what's a good way to stretch out your hip flexor, stretch out your quads. We've got a really easy way to do it today. You can pick the floor, make sure you have a nice surface, but you want to get here with it. And whatever knee is down, you want stick, whatever you want to use here. That's just for support, to help you lean into it, and then to help kind of stretch a little bit more.
Okay.
But you want to get into basically a kneeling, we call it kneeling for the team picture. That's what you're doing here. Here, and you really want your hips to go down and forward, just like this. That's the key. So if you just get here, you're not going to feel a lot. For some people, it'll take about this much to feel it. For some people, you have to get all the way here. You're holding this, and you want to get really, really tall. And this is, again, a position that most people aren't getting in. That's why you're so tight. You're trying to get as tall as you can and long because you're stretching out everything all the way down to the knee. Then here, and you're really just kind of leaning back in that direction to get the whole chain unlocked.
Okay.
So again, most people are going to be tight here. If you're sitting for an extended period of time, that's going to be chronically shortened. If you sleep in the wrong position, that can be chronically shortened.
Yeah.
So again, easy way to kind of get that fixed out. 15, 20 seconds, maybe 2 sets each. That's all you want to do on that.
So why, and this is for everybody out there, why is stretching so important when you're working out?
Here's the thing, stretching is good for everyone. Range of motion is really what you're after. So stretching, especially if you've been working out a ton, and the older we get, which again, I don't like to admit, we talked about that. But again, you start losing range of motion because muscles tend to get tighter. If you're not hydrating properly, if you're not getting proper rest, those things are going to be happening. The tightness gets worse. And unless you start stretching,
then
it's only going to get worse and worse, and then you're going to end up in a position where it's hard to reverse back out of.
Oh, there you go.
So once that starts, unless you start doing something now.
That's why stretching is important. I wanted to ask that question for him to say that. And it is important. That's why you see, when you're watching football games, basketball games, you see these guys stretching out for almost 30 minutes before they compete, or even longer.
So that you can move. So that you can get the maximum that you can, the potential out of your body. If you can't move through a full range of motion, if you're going to swing a racket, going to swing a club, whatever, you're not going to be able to get as much power in it. You're not going to be able to do as much without fear of injury or injury. So really it's just being able to move the way that the good Lord created us to move.
Yes, thank you.
So,
all right, guys, so if you are not into stretching, and you need to start, because the older we get, the tighter we get. I'm telling you, I used to be one of the most flexible guys. I'm not as flexible. I'm still flexible, but I'm not as flexible as I used to be in my 20s.
Stretch.
So here's what you can do. You can start stretching. Of course, we're going to put these videos up on my Facebook page so that you can go back and watch them. We'll send them to Brian as well. 968-5100, 968-5100. You can also go to CahabaFitness.com. That's CahabaFitness.com, and you can get all of that information. Go ahead and give these guys a try. We got more coming up on the extra, so make sure you guys stick around for that. Appreciate you, Brian. All right, good day continues. Good day extra. We are back here at Cahaba Fitness for Exercise Monday. Owner Brian Burns joins us, and for those of you who haven't been watching, we have been showing you some amazing stretches. No different than this one right here, guys. This is a good one right here, Brian. I like this one.
This is, if I had one to go to, if they said that I only have time for one stretch, this will probably be it.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest.
But it gets the most impact.
You can get the most impact, get the most done. You can modify it accordingly like most things that we've been doing today. But yeah, again, just the pandemic of stretching, of lack of flexibility that we run into with most clients is one of the reasons that we're talking about this today. Some clients that we have come in only do stretching because that's really the only thing that they need.
Yeah.
They're strong enough. It's just a range of motion issue.
Right.
Which again brings us to the point of what we're talking about today.
Okay.
So from a hand plank position, like this, bringing that foot up just like that. And then reaching up toward the ceiling, and again, stretching out the chest, the hip, hamstrings, hip flexor, all the above, reaching back down. Whatever leg is forward, you want that leg to go up, that hand to go up in the air. Just reaching back and looking up at the ceiling.
This is a great stretch.
Yeah, and some people, you'll only be able to get your foot up about this far, but the goal is to get the foot up even with the hand.
Yeah.
And be able to look straight out in front. And then reach up and rotate. And of course, you do that to both sides.
Whoa.
But again, that one,
love that.
That one's a tough one to do, and that will really get the hip stretched out, the lower back, the upper back, your chest. When you reach up like that, open up your chest. That's again, if you're sitting at a desk for a long period of time, you're going to have a tendency to really be pulled forward with your shoulders, and then your head's going to follow it. It's going to be a problem.
That stretch, maximum impact right there, guys. That's a good one. Make sure you guys check that out. And of course, for information, if you want to give these guys a try, go ahead and call them at 968-5100. That's